praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for pushing this truth. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. But pretty soon, it'll be everywhere. What's this? The book of James, chapter 5, verse 8. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts. Your heart is your mind. Our ancient forefathers, when we spoke of our heart, we were speaking of our mind. The book of James, chapter 5, verse 8. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 16. Therefore, let me double check. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 16. Therefore the Lord, the God of hosts, the host of angels, the Lord saith thus, wailing should be in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, alas, alas. And they shall call the husbandman to mourning, and such as are skillful of lamentation to wailing. And in all vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through thee, saith the Lord. So the scriptures read that when the Lord passes through, it says, therefore the Lord, the God of hosts, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in the streets. Wailing shall be in the streets. Now, whether or the multitude of people in the streets right now are vocally wailing, and spiritually they're wailing. Verse 17, in all vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through thee, saith the Lord. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. The book of James, chapter 5, verse 8. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. The coming of darkness, the coming of danger draweth nigh. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Okay, so that's the day of the Lord. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him. And both of them can. I mean, the lion might be able to climb a little better, but both of them can run, swim, climb. Well, I guess the lion can pounce, leap. Oh, Lord. They both got a mean sucker punch. So, Amos 5 and 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. So that's the day of the Lord. Verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it at all? So everybody that pretty much believes in Jesus has no idea what the day of the Lord is. All right, they have no idea what the day of the Lord is. But the book of James, chapter 5, verse 8, be ye also patient, those that do, and establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh.
The world's 3 most dangerous criminal.
The agents that I've spoken to, all right, here's the deal. It's for a barrel of oil, $77. For a barrel of body parts and what's going to be adrenochrome, all the plumes that are in the woman's mother's wombs, that goes into a plastic barrel. That's $77,000. Now that gets sent into these biolabs.
Barrel oil,
$77. $77,000 for a barrel of body parts of children, blood. All of that goes to these biolabs. And
so even if they didn't go to the biolabs, who in the hell is wasting or investing 77 bands of thousands of dollars into dead people? I mean, I thought you make an investment on live people and put them in the outfit and throw them on TV and give them a microphone or something.
then now go to Victoria Nuland's testimony.
The biolabs, you're talking about the biolabs in Ukraine.
Correct.
What? How can
and wherever else those places are. So yes.
Walk through.
Maybe I'll put these links in the description box. I really don't want to I really can't hear it anyway. The book of Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And so whoever is feeling as though this is okay, or don't speak up about it, or ignore it, well, the end is the way of death. Well, look at what's happening. All right, look at what's happening. To the people that are doing that, they're destroying their so-called the constituents of the planet. All right, to the people that's also doing that, what are they doing? You're bringing evil upon yourself. All right, you're bringing evil upon yourself. The book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. Yeah, a couple of these versions bugged me out. I was like, you trying to finesse me? For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So all of these missing people, all of these missing children, what's really going on? Multiple things. But one of the things that is going on is what this guy is talking about. And that's why when it's all said and done, people may have done it in the name of science or whatever they feel, but they have to keep their identity a secret, because they may feel that what they were doing was right. There's a way to seem right unto man, but the end there is a way of death. Nobody's going to feed you or shelter you knowing that you played a part in this. You'll pretty much get your ass whipped.
The supply chain of the supply into the biolabs. What do they take?
As far as I can't give you the molecular structure. I can give you
what's the input of the body parts?
Everything, all the waste, all the body waste, all of that. That's what they told me.
Which has the stimulant in it.
Yes, that's one way of getting it. It's probably not the ultimate way, but it's probably a Diet Coke.
Who's organizing that?
I would have to say definitely that it has to be in the 3-letter agencies.
So your contention and
3-letter agencies. That would be the death of Babylon. That would be the death of Babylon. In fact, I don't want to hear anymore.
You guys got to see this shit. The cops literally surrendered in France today.
Now, we're not too sure how this is. This has been trending. But one thing we are sure of is what the scriptures say.
Like, the riots just...
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So they may think that by throwing down their handcuffs that they're escaping something, but they're not escaping anything. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. That doesn't mean there's no food, it just means you ain't getting none. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. First of all, Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 says you can't buy or sell unless you have that. So you can die of famine just for not getting the charagma. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So no man's going to be able to comfort them or crack jokes about it. When the dead is cast out as dung.
Agent,
The
The city shall be wasted.
the agents.
You got
Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. Nobody has time for all of that. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. You'll see the burning buildings. You'll see the people in the zoos and the seals jumping on them, and all other type of animals attacking them. You'll see what else we just see? You'll see dead bodies lying on the lawn. Yo, the co-worker told me that it was a dead person on her front steps for like 4 hours when she first moved to Baltimore on her way to work before they came to pick up the body. All right, and she said she couldn't leave out to go to work. She said she was just too scared to leave out and go to work. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So we see this on a small scale.
Get out! Woman, I'm gonna treat you like a man if you don't.
Not regarding the prince of the law. It's not the judge. Oh, look at that cheek. It's not the. That's how Shorty was on the scooter when she rode past the other day. Now, it's not the judge that's supposed to be the king of the law. And police is sort of like princes, and lawyers is sort of like princes.
You sending out Morse code? That's you. There you go. Okay.
She looked pregnant. Her butt cheek looked pregnant, and her stomach looked pregnant. But it looked flat. She lay down on her back. Just throwing that out there. Proverbs chapter 7 verse 27. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. And that might not be her house. But in today's time, women think everything is theirs. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And these women think that they're over a man. So if the ways that seem right to man are the ways of death, what do you think the ways of these women are? All right, ways of death. I should get Isaiah 17. I ain't got time.
Middle of nowhere.
Massive dust cloud heading toward the U.S. The dust could cause poor air quality and make the sky look opaque. Massive dust cloud heading toward the U.S.
Pranking my boyfriend with a fake alien invasion.
The book of Luke chapter 21 verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And we've been seeing that. Those signs were not pranks. And upon the earth, distress of nations. And we're seeing that in France and South America, Central America. The sea and the waves roaring. made me think of the Apocrypha when the trees took counsel to go to war. But Luke 21:26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. I can't just say that and not bring it out. So you could say that the seas and the waves are roaring, right? But 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 13, we speak in slang. Okay, and there's double entendres, triple entendres, to where one thing can have 3 different meanings, and one thing can have 2 different meanings. 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 13, he answered me and said, who? The angel. He's breaking something. He's giving a prophet an example, but according to how the conversations are in the heavens. As it is written, let thy will be done in heaven, on earth, Salaki. As it is written, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So if the angels come down, the will of Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai is going to be done by the angels on earth as it is in heaven, in conversation. Right? They're going to give the message. 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 13, he answered me and said, I went into a forest, into a plain, and the trees took counsel. Now I want you to think of the Genesis from the tree of life, the tree of good and evil. 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 14, and said, the trees are taking counsel, and the trees are people, fruit of good and evil, and said, come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, and that we may make us more woods. Okay, so the sea will be a greater mass of a body than trees. Okay, so you can look at the trees as the elites in this conversation, and you can look at the sea as the what do you call it? The hell do they call us, all y'all people and everybody else? The citizens. Okay, you can even look at the trees as the banking cartel, and the sea the citizens, and the waves, the elites of those citizens. Just to give an example, because we speak in slang. Get with it. Where was that? Luke 21, and let's go to 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear. I was at 25. And there should be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity. The sea, the mass abundant of people, and the waves, the least of those people, the mighty of those people, roaring of those nations. Verse 26. And the oceans are roaring, and the waves, and everything's picked up. The heat is so hot outside, right? Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud, the clouds of the chariots, with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. That just made me think of YouTube video that is going to probably get your attention. It's back here somewhere. Salakia, y'all. I hate when I take longer than 1 second to get the point across. Salakia is... Okay, this is good enough. This is it.
Today's video, captured over the Sandia Mountains, we have a mother and her daughter totally shocked to see a lone gathering of clouds in the distance above the mountains doing exactly that.
It actually just takes a week to go to space.
Weirdest thing is, it seems like it knew I was pulling out my phone, huh?
Yeah, as soon as you started pulling out your phone, they started, there was like thousands of them just around the whole
Not
cloud.
thousands, I would say about maybe 10.
10 of them. All around the cloud, and then when my mom pulled out the thing, they just all disappeared.
Alright, so if you didn't see it already, and we have the testimony coming straight from the woman and the little girl here. So they're watching this area of clouds, and what appear to be mimicking clouds are appearing out of nowhere. Specifically, and as the footage starts, you'll notice that there is nothing sitting above this main large sort of cigar-shaped cloud, but within only seconds, directly above to the top right, we see what could...
See, they got the little alien emoji. This ain't no alien, but
Pranking my boyfriend with a fake alien invasion. And here he comes. Just waiting for him to press play.
she laughing now, but she might be eating the mice with the swine's flesh while she hiding behind the tree. Matter of fact, go to Jeremiah. Isaiah, Salaki. Isaiah 66 and 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst. The trees took counsel, huh? And they just want to sanctify themselves behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. Consumed by what? You're out of here. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to Isaiah 66:18. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. We're not talking about no one cloud transforming into another cloud. Excuse me. 2 Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we're seeing right now, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee. By who? The mouth of the prophets, even from the beginning. By who? The mouth of the prophets. Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Why? Because it's the day of the Lord. All right, only the elect shall be saved out of it. Revelation chapter 1 verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great. Wait a minute. Let me go back. So Yahushua is coming with clouds, and everybody's going to see him. All right, even those that pierced him when he was on the cross, that's reincarnation. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, because it's the great and terrible day of the Lord. Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Who is this? Esau, Edom. All right, you want to change the time from the moon, from the lunar calendar to your bugged out daylight savings calendar. All right, you want to change laws, everything from dietary laws to marriage laws to raising to family law to you gotta cross the street law. Like, come on, man. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times in the dividing of time, and then it will be snatched out of his hand, period. Okay, so you done spoke your great words against the Most High. You done wore the hell out of the saints of the Most High, the whole nation, and you changed times and laws, and it was given for you to do that into your hand until a time and a times in the dividing of times. Verse 26, but the judgment shall sit. What judgment? The judgment of Babylon the great fallen, the judgment of Esau, Edom being done away with, and the judgment of the 12 tribes of Yasha'Allah, getting the kingdom of heaven, establishing it on earth. And they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. All right. And that's Yahweh when Yahweh shot, assisted by the angels and the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 27, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven. So where's the kingdom? Where's the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom? Under the whole heaven. Well, kingdom of heaven on earth shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. All right, so what's going to happen? Daniel chapter 7, verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, what's under the whole heaven? Earth, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. So there's people that are saints of the God of the Bible, and they will receive the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom, according to the Bible. This ain't my words, or it would have happened already. According to the Bible, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Not to everybody. Everybody don't get a piece of this. Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. So nobody get to take it over. And all dominions shall serve and obey him. How you going to take it over when you serving and obeying? You can't disobey. So you can't take it over. You can't take over the kingdom or the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven. And that's what the book said. That's what I just got when I read it. Daniel 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the ancients of days did sit. The ancient of days is God. He's ancient to days. He's ancient to the thought of a day. So he's the ancient of days, whose garment was white as snow. He had an outfit on. He had a garment on. And the hair of his head like the pure wool. So his hair has texture. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. All right, that's power right there. No, best low rider on the block type thing. Verse 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000. I just thought about I just learned about that colon. And 10,000. They don't teach us about it. Colon. Nothing about the human colon. The vocabulary colon or nothing. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. Sounds like trouble. Sounds like trouble. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13, I saw in the night visions with the judgment. The judgment was set, and the books were open. All right, call on me, Yahbashim Yahshua, for the book of life. An opportunity to be in it, Lord willing. Just a chance for it to be a Lord willing. Call on me, Yahbashim Yahshua, for that. The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 13. No, not Hebrews. I mean, we need to go to that. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. So this is Yahweh Shah coming to Yahweh. And there was given him dominion and glory in a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And that's the kingdom of heaven. That's the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember now.
The kidnapping, I sentenced to 11 years, plus 3 years for the gun. Count 8, the having a weapon while under disability. I sentence you to 36 months. The disrupting public service, a felony of 4th degree, I sentence you to 12 months. 43 straight, right?
Bullshit, man.
And that's what you gonna be trying to say, Esau. Don't worry, Jake. Not him. I'm talking about everybody on the outside. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shall tread upon his neck. And I ain't gonna say patiently, but I've definitely suffered the wrath from Yahweh, and because of the enemy persecuting me. But call on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that shortly I do believe I shall see at least about 1,000 of them, their destruction, and tread upon somebody's neck, Lord willing. Call on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And that's Esau Edom. So, Jake, you get a place of repentance. I'm just typing this up because I said this on accident when I was saying Daniel 7:13, I believe. The book of Hebrews chapter 7, verse 13. For he of whom these things are spoken pertaineth to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance to the altar. Alright, so he's speaking of Yahushua here. The book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Okay, Hebrews 7:13. Where you at? For he of whom these things are spoken pertaineth to another tribe. All right, Yahushua is from the tribe of Judah, which was brought before the angels to Yahweh, of which no man gave attendance to the altar. So Yahushua was brought to Yahweh because he is the high priest, and he has to make the sacrifice for the 12 tribes of Yahshua. This is a beautiful precept. All right, so call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua for bringing this out for the oh man, for who you choose for it to hear it. So verse Hebrews 7:14, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. So Yahushua was brought to the Ancient of Days, whose name is Yahweh, because he is the chief high priest, not some entity which calls himself Gorilla Hebrew. I mean, I'm not gonna say himself. Not some entity titled Gorilla Hebrew that wears a hat and has PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and thanks everybody for the donations. Hebrews 7:15, and it is yet far more evident, for that after the similitude of Melchizedek, there ariseth another priest, who is made not after the law of a carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life. For he testifieth, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. So Yahushua is the chief high priest forever, who won't be having to make he made his atonement. I mean, he made his he had his day of atonement, so to say, and he had his he made his is taken and has taken the sacrifice of the elect to Yahweh, and has taken the sacrifice of the whole nation to Yahweh. What is this? I already said that. Where we at, y'all? Salakia, I just saw a couple videos and brought up a couple scriptures. Damn sure don't want to read that. But it would sure come to pass. Let's read it. Matthew 24 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So all you Jesus lovers, look forward to that. How about that? All you people that love Jesus, it says in Matthew 24 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. So you love Jesus, get ready for that. And shall kill you. If you love Jesus, be ready to die for Jesus. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So don't be out here looking for no love if you love Jesus. But in all actuality, this is really referring to Yahushua. Okay? Those that have faith and believe in Yahushua and testify of Yahushua, you are in danger of being delivered up to be afflicted. You are in danger of being killed. And you shall be hated of all nations for the name's sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, except for by the elect of Yahshua and the believers of the other nations. Verse 10, and then shall many be offended. They're going to fall out, and shall betray one another while they fall out, and shall hate one another, because they will not endure unto the end. Verse 11, and many false prophets shall arise, Salakia, and many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. They're going to say, speak unto me, I forgot how I said it. Two starting to hurt. My two is starting to hurt. Oh, I forgot how I said it. I forgot where it's at. Well, let's end it on this. The book of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 6. These are the things ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor, and your neighbor is of your nation. All right. It's of your nation. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. Shalom. Lord willing, if possible, live in peaceably with all men.